Hey, happy Pi Day! It's Pi Day today! Well, you might be like, what's Pi Day? Well, it must be time for a syntax fact. So today is the 14th of March, which in Australia we would write 14.3, so it may not become immediately obvious why we'd call that Pi Day. But in America, they write the months and the dates the other way around. So they'll put the month first, 3, and then they'll put the date afterwards, 1,4. So they get 3.14. So 3.14 is the number of pi, and pi is a mathematical term. It's the ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter. And it's a crazy number that's fascinated mathematicians for ages. And in fact, at last count, I think they've tried to go out to like 1 trillion figures to try and find it precisely, and it still keeps on going and on going. They haven't been able to find it. But why is it Pi Day today? So because it's the 14th of March, you get Pi Day. So that's why you had a lot of people maybe at shops trying to make pies. Also, we at the Culture Center had like a little thing for kids to come down and check out circles. So that's one thing that happens with pi. Another thing that might notice is we have a shop here in Australia called the Pie Shop, and they've written the font, the PIE, in a font that when you flip it and mirror it the other way around, it's the number 3.14. So obviously the P turns into a 4, the 1 turns in, I turns into a 1, and then the E turns into a 3, so the PIE turns into 3.14. So it's a clever little way that mathematicians might recognize up on the pi logo. But there's more about the pi too. So we all know that we've got the coronavirus. So we've started off with the alpha, then we went beta, and then we had the delta variant, and then we had the omicron. So they're counting the variants going through the Greek alphabet. And what comes after omicron in the Greek alphabet is pi. Pi is the next one. So you could say that the next variant jump from omicron is going to be pi. It'll be corona with a pi variant, or we're going to have corona pi would be the next pi and the next corona variant that would come afterwards. So that's that. So what else could you get from pi? Well, you can also use pi to find what is beautiful or make something beautiful. So if you divide pi by 2, so you got 3.14 divided by 2, you get really close to 1.6. And 1.6 is the golden ratio. It's the measure of what's really beautiful. So going through the Greek alphabet, alpha, beta, and then we got down to omicron and pi, you go down a bit further, you get phi. And phi represents that number. So we as humans have tried to work out why is something beautiful and why is something not. And a famous person is Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci did the Vitruvian Man. So he drew a picture of a guy naked, kind of going like this. And he is of the ratio, that 1.6. And that's supposed to be the golden mean, the golden ratio that we are most attracted to. He also did the Mona Lisa. And the Mona Lisa's face falls into that golden ratio, golden mean, that 1.6. And more recently, they did a study where they got a piece of paper and they did like 20 different rectangles, some fat, some short, some skinny. And one of them was this ratio, the 1 to 1.6. And they went out to people and just said, can you point to what you think is the most beautiful rectangle? And by far, the one at that ratio is the one that people point to the most. So we just have a natural thing of humans that we're attracted to that ratio. So a lot of companies will make their logos at that ratio, and it happens a lot in nature. So there's flowers that spiral out in that, or sometimes plants with their seedlings, they come out in that ratio. The Fibonacci math code, that seems to come out in it. So pi shows up in more places. So there you go. What's that? There was pi with the date, Pi Day, what it is mathematically, in with the virus, and also in with beauty. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. I just chucked in pi syntax fact for you on Pi Day.